mid-show. It'll be fine. Oh, yeah. Hey, you're joking. I've been doing that before the show to try and get my voice clear enough to do it.
So when I was ill, it was all
Yeah.
like, you're a big
You got a
fucking...
flannel on your head.
You're a
Ah,
fucking
Yeah,
soft
no, I
lad.
haven't done any of that shit. I've been to work. I didn't fucking
I
skive
was
off.
a real man when I was sick.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
going to work lessens production because you could make other people ill.
It's true. It's true.
So your
yesterday-
pride could make other people ill.
Yesterday, I was so ill, right? I couldn't open my eyes. And at one point, I thought I'd actually died.
Yeah.
Open your eyes, your eyes are glued together. That's the same thing you said to Chinny.
No, I
last-
didn't. Did have bollocks,
You
man.
told
I was
me.
fine.
Chinny, am I wrong?
No,
Wow.
you're not wrong.
What? Tell me
You
what.
gave Chinny shit for saying he couldn't open his eyes.
I was just taking the piss out of him, you dick.
Oh, I see.
I could open my eyes. I was fine.
Right.
And I didn't nearly die either. It's all good.
See, it was a joke.
See, it's a joke because I'm a man, you know. I'm like man up.
Right, it's a question of manhood, I see.
It is. Masculinity.
See. Soul Brothers in the chat, sup.
Is he? Hello, soul brother. Do I sound sexy? Sexy, baby. Probably not, I guess.
No.
Who knew? It's
You
true.
just sound a bit more... You
I probably do. That's the trouble. That's the
sound
trouble.
less...
See how this goes,
and more...
yeah. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You
Good
just sound
stuff.
different, I guess. Right, we're getting this going because I'm not being funny, but
I
No.
really got to be done early tonight. I got to get up. And
you got to get up. What do you mean you got to get up?
He's doing an
I was
impression of you.
being you.
No, I don't actually. I'm off tomorrow.
Ah, but I don't feel well, so I need to get
I don't have to get up. No, I'm just thinking how long my voice is going to hold out, to be honest.
down.
That's the potential issue.
We're all praying for you, Stu.
I know, I'll bet. What, praying that it probably gives up halfway
Yeah,
through the show.
about 10 minutes in.
Yeah, shut up, you.
Hi, Millie.
No, it's my
That
wife,
was- that was
actually.
Kay.
Hi, Kay.
Yeah, she does sound like she's about 12, to be fair.
Sometimes.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah, she has got
doing?
quite a squeaky voice.
We ready?
I think so.
Chinny, you ready?
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch. Welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Juju, Jimmy, and the fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week. News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Hello and welcome to episode 426 of the Veteran Gamers Amil podcast. There you go.
Took you 2
Yeah,
minutes.
426, and we're coming at you with all new tricks.
We
Even though
are.
we're dogs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah.
Stu's ill.
Well, kind of.
No, you're ill.
I actually I sound worse than I feel, to be fair.
Yeah.
You look worse
sound
than you
horrible.
feel.
I look worse
Maybe
than
like
I feel.
worse than usual.
Yeah. I mean, Soul Brother said I sound like an out of shape middle aged dude.
Mm.
That's kind of true.
Right.
can't argue. Can't
Nail
argue
on
with
the
that.
head there. But we don't know what Soul Brother looks like.
No, we don't. No idea.
Yeah,
No
so.
idea.
I think he looks like a soul, brother.
Yeah, I
Soul
imagine
Brother.
though, and I don't want to. I don't want to sound like I'm making some sort of racial stereotype here,
Yeah.
but I imagine a big black man with a massive Rastafarian going on.
That's the most racist thing you've ever
I
said.
know, I know. I'm sure it's not
It
true,
couldn't
but
be any more. When someone says, I don't mean to be racist here.
I know. But that's what it sounds. Soul Brother. That's what you imagine, isn't it? Like Huggy Bear going on.
No.
You know what I mean?
What about now?
Yeah, Funk Soul Brother.
Check it out.
Anyway.
Funk Soul Brother.
Anyway, what's the video game
Anyway.
Funk
the
Soul
Apple
Brother.
Anime.
soundtrack?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm very sad this week.
Oh, why are you sad, Stu?
I am actually really genuinely sad. I'm
Is it because of
genuinely
the children who got shot in Parkland, Florida?
No, that's quite sad, but that's not. It's more of a first world problem. If I'm
Because
being
Donald
real
Trump
with
is still president of the United States for some reason.
you. Yeah, that would be again something to be sad about.
Because the UK is leaving the EU. That's sad.
Yeah, that's sad. There's lots of things to be sad about. It's none of those things.
Okay, so what is it then? I'm done joking around.
On Thursday, right? Yakuza 6 was meant to be released as a demo on the PS4.
Oh, you're right.
Gives a shit.
It is worse
Now
than
this
Donald Trump.
I know. This actually did happen for about an hour. Because
What? You had access to a Yakuza 6 demo for an hour?
no, I didn't have access to it at all because when I came to download it, it disappeared off the store. Now, there is a valid reason for this. And the reason for this is that Sega inadvertently released the entire game in America.
Oh,
So-
you can play the whole thing for an hour.
Good. No, you could play the whole thing.
What?
So basically what they were doing, they were
If you
releasing
got
the...
to it in that hour, you could download it and play the whole thing.
You could play the whole thing, and if you went offline, so you weren't connected to the internet anymore, you could play the whole game.
Do you
before they
think
locked
anybody
it.
actually downloaded the whole thing and then went offline in order to preserve it?
I imagine some people did that. It wouldn't surprise me.
You have to know that that's what was going on, though. How would
Yeah.
you know that it's the whole game?
Because the demo was only meant to be the prologue, so when people were 6 hours in, they started... I don't know how long it was
Fine,
actually
after
on...
that.
I don't know how long it was actually. I was just guessing.
Anyway,
No
okay.
idea.
Okay, so you don't have access to the demo then?
No, because it's gone now and it's not
Oh,
reappeared.
Stu, you massive
Oh,
twat.
Sega are just pricklicks, aren't they? You know, a bunch of dicks.
Pricklicks,
Yeah.
You know
bunch
what
of dicks.
How do you do that? How does someone go? Because, right, this was the thing, right? They were releasing the whole file because what they were saying was, once you'd finished the prologue, if you bought the entire game when it was released, you could carry on, you see. So this is why they did it. But unfortunately, they released an unlocked version of it by mistake.
So Antonio was saying in the chat, sales have taken a hit and the future of Yakuza in the West is now uncertain
That's-
because of this one thing? That doesn't
I
make
have
any
no idea.
That doesn't make any sense.
We need
No, I don't-
evidence of that, Antonio. That sounds like you're just making things up.
I did see a weird tweet off one of the
I
developers.
saw a
saying-
weird tweet.
I saw a weird tweet
It
with
said
that
the
weird
shadows,
tweet.
world
the
butt.
shadows are following us. It's from a local madman.
Yeah. But yeah, there was a weird tweet from one of the developers saying that he'd been in the office all day trying to sort it all out. So
Aw.
it must have caused some major issues for some reason, but I'm not entirely sure.
For
the
some reason, we accidentally gave our game away for free. I don't know why. It's major
Steve,
issue.
you won't upload because you've named one file full game, and you've named the other file full game 1. You're not going to get those mixed up because one of those is the demo and one of those is the full game. You're not going to upload the wrong
No.
one. No.
No.
Got it.
No.
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Which one's the full game?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it now.
Weirdly, the full game was only in America, so it didn't apply to
America.
Europe. Apparently, it only applied to America, but they took it down everywhere.
I've always got to put their fucking oar in it, though, America.
I know.
Yeah, because we're
Fucking
great.
Trump's fault again.
It is
Yeah.
Donald Trump's fault.
Make America great again.
This wouldn't have happened under Obama's watch.
Make
No, it
Yakuza great again.
Wouldn't. Yakuza would have been fine under Obama's watch. I'm telling you now.
People are asking the fans to keep their pre-orders. Antonio says that's what happened. Everybody's always complaining about, oh, don't pre-order this game. Why does anybody even pre-order anything? There's no point to it.
Back in the day,
And
you used to
consumers keep talking about how this is how we can show them that they can't dick us around like this. Yes, they can, because people are idiots and they'll keep pre-ordering everything.
Back in the day, you used to pre-order something because they might not have it in stock. But
Yeah.
that's
Because they only used to do limited runs of games, didn't they?
sometimes.
So
But like sometimes,
I mean, sure,
I've
sure.
been when I was younger, I went to a shop and went, "Oh, can I have game X?" And they went, "We don't have that at the moment," which is very rare these days. You don't get that shit anymore.
Especially
also,
digital.
Everything's downloadable. Who gives a fuck?
Oh, really?
All they want pre-orders for is so they can project sales and predict income, so they can forecast their fucking
And
P&Ls.
they want to be like, oh, you'll get a special gun when you
Yeah.
pre-order Call of Duty, but you have no idea if the game's going to be any good. That gun is not worth you being mad because you spent money that you should have saved in order to find out if it's any good or not.
That
before it comes
gun
out.
costs them fuck all to make.
Yeah, exactly. And it costs you your $60, idiot.
You fucking
If you
Yeah.
pre-order games, you're an idiot, and I hate you. Oh, by the
This
way,
is-
we're military veterans. We're veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
Also,
is
we
true.
stream live on Twitch and YouTube and Mixer,
Usually-
and we
Usually
do it.
news in the middle of the show, but
Yeah.
today we're sticking with it, I guess, for some
We
reason, because
do it-
Stu wanted to talk about Yakuza.
We do.
Bloody Yakuza is a big issue. It's a big issue, man.
Shut the fuck up! We stream at
Shoot.
9
Please.
o'clock.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's not going to stop me buying the game, because obviously I was going to buy it regardless of a demo. And let's be honest, most Yakuza games up to now haven't had a demo anyway. So
This is non-news. This is news that we're all gonna fucking forget about. No one cares. Like
Chinny, there was a slight glitch in the release of the demo. They're
Fucking
gonna have it sorted by next
non-news.
week, and you're gonna have
Non-news.
your
it's
review
like
of the game.
it's like a fucking koala bear farted in Australia today. Brilliant.
Oh my god, are you serious? He did really?
He did.
Did
yeah,
he?
It was
Is
quite.
there
funny.
video of it?
There's an Instagram post.
Is
It was
there, is there
hilarious.
evidence?
My favorite time. It's story time. Story time.
I don't have a story, but I have a question, and I don't have a jingle for questions, so it's just gonna be under the guise of story time. I was getting ready for the podcast today, and it occurred to me, I think it would be an interesting little window into our lives. That's the window opening.
Uh-oh.
If we talked a little bit about what do you guys do to get ready for the show? What are some things you need to have in front of you, or what are some arrangements you need to make before you start podcasting? Stu, go.
I have a pre-show Wii.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course you gotta take care of that business.
Yeah, you got to have a pre-show Wii before you do the show.
We do that. Yeah.
Anything else?
I tend to obviously update the show notes, put what I've been playing, link it to YouTube videos.
Yeah. And they get
I-
mad at us if we haven't looked at the news.
And yeah, I put all the news in, so I do all the
five
article.
at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Highlight the ones that I want you need to look at, and obviously put them in blue if I don't that bothered about them. What else do I do? Not a lot else, to be honest. I don't do any notes or anything like that, so I don't write anything down while I'm playing games.
Do you have
It's
to
all in
arrange anything? Do you have to? Because I always get water. That's one thing I always.
Yeah, I've got some apple juice to wet my
Apple
whistle
juice.
tonight.
Ugh. Apple juice tastes
Ugh.
like piss.
I actually like.
It
apple.
looks like piss.
It looks like piss.
To be
It
fair.
tastes like piss. It is piss.
Oh dear, oh dear.
He hates apple juice.
Your
That's
brother's
the
just
show.
said in the chat that your dad just heard you swearing, Mike, and he gave a very disappointed
I
dad
think
look.
I think my dad knows that I fucking swear, so I don't think. I don't think. Hey,
Fucking-
I
this
don't.
isn't a-
I don't
not 12
drink.
anymore.
I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't do anything.
Take
So
a seat a minute. A headache.
you know. God.
And let's be honest, we are rated as mature,
Exactly. Dad.
although we are very immature.
Dad.
Well, especially one of us.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Mr. Chin, we appreciate you listening, I guess.
But there's no censorship on this show, so
No.
you know.
And I don't know what to tell you, sir.
Yep.
My
It just
dad,
happens.
my dad is sat next to me.
We say words that are bad.
My dad has sat next to me when I was doing the extra life stuff. He's heard me swear.
He's a
It's
swear.
fine.
Yeah. So what?
Good.
So I have to. There's a little step stool that lives underneath my computer desk, the one I don't use very much, the Mac, which has the setup for the podcast. So I have to move that so that my legs can be free. That's something I have to do every week before the show.
You're right.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
Yeah, I move all my wires because I have loads of wires trailing all over the place,
Oh,
so
there
I
you
can
go.
push my chair into the microphone.
Wow.
So I do
God.
all that.
Duchess sometimes closes the door because today she was on the phone. Sometimes she's like, I don't care. You can leave it open if you want. But today she was on the phone. And so I was making the joke about Stu coughing. And she comes in with this look like, could you please? And then closes the door. And I was like, sorry.
That's funny.
I can. What's that sound? What's that? Hold on. It's new listeners switching the show off.
Switching off and going, what the
Ah,
fuck
they
is
love
this?
this.
Wait a minute. Stop.
Wait a minute,
Stop.
what about Chidi?
Stop.
I found out what
Stop.
Chidi does.
What?
No one cares about what I do. It's boring. But
Oh,
what
right.
we do want to talk about
Oh yeah,
is
we do. We do
need
have
to
some
talk
stuff
about. Remember, 2 years ago we
We
did a
did.
meetup at the arcade club.
Oh, snap.
Well, this year we want to do another one.
Yay.
So
We do.
the arcade club
Veteran Gamers Live.
the arcade club has moved.
It's
to
bigger.
It's bigger. It's better. It's blacker and better
It's
and
sexier.
blacker and sexier
What?
and blacker and bigger. Yeah, there's going to be 20% more black people there. I don't know if that's true. But there's an arcade club. It's a big warehouse full of arcade games. You go in. How much do you pay, Stu?
£15 it is.
£15. £15 of your hard-earned cash. It's not a lot.
Gosh.
Yeah, for
Right.
that £15.
And then you go in and you can play as many games as you want. You don't have to put like coins in or anything after that. And there's they've modernised it a bit. So the one floor
Yeah.
is like classic stuff, like retro stuff, and then the other floor is all modern stuff like VR and PUBG or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, but PCs, they've got tons of gaming PCs set up.
So if you wanna, we're gonna set up an event. Now we don't really do this very often, but we'll set up an event on Facebook because that's what old people do. But ooh, I'm on Facebook. Ooh. So we're gonna do that. But you know, if you're not on Facebook, then I don't know. Who cares?
You can just write to us and let us know you're going to be there.
Exactly. So if you want to know about the place, Google Arcade Club, and then what would you Google? Manchester?
Why don't you
Basically-
just go to our Facebook page and find the information on
Yeah.
that?
But if you
Yeah,
want
there's that. But if you want to look it up before you go and do all that shit, it's
Y'all know how podcast advertising works. You have a centralized location
yeah.
you want to send people to. The
Right.
more people who go to our Facebook site or our website, the more likely they are to become regular members of the community. Jesus. Google the thing, I guess.
Google it. But
just
yeah,
Google it. Just
but
ignore it.
also
right?
we'll
Just
put
Google
up
it.
we'll put up a
You.
post on our website about it, so you can look there.
And we have got a date. We should tell the date.
Yes, the date. The date.
Date is Saturday, the 21st of April.
21st of April. So if you
421, dude.
if you're going on holiday or getting married,
cancel that
it. You
Cancel it.
losers. Go meet a bunch of nerds. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna after this
Yeah.
show, me and Stu are gonna do things. We're gonna put up a post on the
We are.
website. We're
Don't
gonna
need
make
to
it
know about that.
event on Facebook, and then we're gonna talk about it every episode, every week until you fucking say you're coming. But yeah, it's a big
Coming.
place.
It
so,
opens at 11 o'clock now, and it closes at 11 o'clock at night. So it's
yeah.
open all day.
So 11 o'clock, the 21st of April, Arcade Club Manchester. That's where we're going to be. And if it's just me and Stu, it's just me and Stu. Who cares?
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Lovely.
Yep. There you go.
Lovely.
There you go.
Yeah.
And there's an added thing because it's actually the actual place it's called where it is called Bury.
Burry.
And they make the best black puddings. So if you want a bit of
No,
black pudding,
no.
Oh,
come
what a
to
great way
Bury.
to
Get
show
black pudding.
Also,
Come hang out with nerds and eat black pudding.
we did it unofficially last time, but maybe this time we'll book a place to eat afterwards. I think
Yes,
that might
we'll
be a
see
good
if we
idea.
can
Doesn't have
sort that out.
black pudding though.
So we need
Oh, Bury black pudding.
for that we need numbers and stuff. I just
Yes, we
googled EGX Resd, and that's the week before. So I don't know if that's gonna do anything to anyone.
Don't know.
Mm.
Come on, what's more important? Fuck Resd.
Fuck
Matter
Resd.
with-
I went last
Fuck
year.
Resd.
It wasn't great. It was
Yeah, I
okay.
didn't-
It was okay. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. So let us know if you're interested. For people that have come to us and met us before, we'd love you to come back. And for the people that have never met us, when we did the last one, it was the first time that we met Kyle and Serbs and Sumu, and there was loads of people that we hadn't met before.
I was just amazed at how many people
Brian,
turned up.
Ryan Godzipper, he was there, and people that we just hadn't met before. And now, I consider Carl and Brian friends of mine. So if you haven't seen us and you would like to see us, and you could meet loads of people that listen to the show, you probably know all their names because they've all got their own podcasts. They'll probably go as well. It'd be great.
There you go. Well, I
Great.
think that sorted all that out.
All right, let's talk about fucking video games.
Yeah, let's do some fucking
Okay.
video games.
What you been playing?
For real.
What you been playing?
Oh yeah.
What you been playing?
Come on, y'all.
Can we cut the condescending crap and play the game?
Yeah, so Chini, what have you been playing then?
I have finished Wolfenstein 2.
Ooh, Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein 2, so I have there. Yeah, I wasn't that far off the end.
No, I didn't think you were. I said that to you.
Yeah. Like in the first one, there's a mission that's very, as Tara would say, extra. You know what I mean? By that I mean like a bit out there, a bit over the top. And there's another one of those. Yeah, it's okay, but a lot of the levels are just like metal rooms, like I was saying last week. You know, a lot of the levels is what you see now. I mean, this level's the first one, so this is the one where you're in a wheelchair. But you know, you're in metal rooms and you're shooting the same guys. And the least exciting part of this game is the actual shooting mechanics. I don't like the shooting mechanics. I don't think they're very good.
Yeah, that's stuff. That's supposed to be like the part and parcel.
I know, and I mean, they're not terrible. They're not like the worst I've ever played. Are
they worse than they were in the last Wolfenstein game?
No, they're about the same. But like
you were expecting something different.
I just I don't know. Like I don't like the way the enemies move, or they're quite hard to see in the environment. A lot of the guns, it's quite a chunky. Like it feels clunky. It feels a bit slow. But at the same time, it's quite fast-paced. But your guns feel... I don't know, it's a bit of an odd way to explain it. But I think people who have played it will know what I mean. But the people who haven't... basically, yeah, everybody's been saying the story is the most interesting part. And it certainly lives up story-wise. It's definitely one of the most sort of memorable stories I've played in a long time. They have a lot of fun with it. You know, BJ Blazkowicz has his moments, but there's actually quite some proper sensitive stuff in there as well. But you know, there's some scenes towards the end. Something that happens to BJ. I know Stu knows what I mean. And then you know it's his birthday at one point, which is really good.
The birthday party was great.
Yeah, that's probably
really
my favorite.
From Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they did. And then you know when you go to the other place in the game, you know that's quite an interesting mission and it's quite funny.
Oh yes, that's a good mission.
So there's good moments. There's really good moments in it, and I think it ends well. I think it ends really well.
I thought the end. I actually was very satisfied with the ending.
Yeah, no, it is.
There was no tough boss battle or anything, but it was satisfying.
Yeah, it was very satisfying, and you can kind of see where it's going. Put it this way: the old Wolfenstein, back in the day, ended with a robot Hitler.
Yes, it did.
And you can kind of see that that's probably where it's going to go, with this one. So yeah, it's good, and there's really good character moments, good characters, good well written dialogue, good characters. Liked it, but it's just a shame that the actual playing of it is the boring part.
Yeah, you're right. So, it is a bit sort of point A to point B, shoot a load of people.
It's the environments for me. I mean, like you walk the most interesting environment in the game. You walk through it, which is the
town.
Which is the town. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can
Roswell,
go back.
Is
so
it Roswell?
No, yes, it is. It's the Roswell.
It's Roswell, isn't it?
So the what the game does, what Stu definitely hasn't done, is it presents you a world map, and you collect these like Enigma cards, and you can it's this small little sort of puzzle thing, and you solve those, and then you unlock little areas to go back to, and it's places that you've already been in the game. You go back and you can kill like extra. It's like little tiny side missions where basically a kill room with a person of interest that you've got to kill, and that's it. And it's not the greatest. It's they're pretty boring, the side mission. I did.
I didn't do a single one of those.
No, you're not missing much. I do it just to see what the game's offering more than anything. Yeah, but it's an all right game. So yeah, I finished Wolfenstein 2. So that's that. Done.
It's quite a quick game to get through, though, isn't it? It goes along at a fair pace.
So I played it on there's very easy, medium, hard, and very hard, basically. And I played it on easy.
I did.
And easy's not easy either.
No, it has its moments still,
yeah.
even on easy.
Yeah, even on easy, it's still pretty rough. So I finished that. So I'm in between games at the moment. I did play a little bit of Cuphead.
All right, back to Cuphead.
Just because I never... Say again, Duke?
Because you're not done.
Because I'm not done. And where I am with that is it's like a boss. He's like a robot, and he's got like a professor in his head, and you have to shoot like the laser on his head and the vent on his chest and all this sort of stuff. So people who play the game will know what I mean. I think I'm about 2/3 the way in, roughly. I think. But yeah, it's great. So there's not much really I can say about Cuphead. I have to pick. I hadn't played it for about, when did it come out? Last year, wasn't it? So I must have been about 3 months. I hadn't played it. And
Are you finding it difficult to get back into it? Then?
No, not at all. I found it very easy actually. I found it just like, oh yeah, I know exactly what to do. You know, because you know the rules. You know everything pink is parryable, so you can press A on it. The only thing I forgot is I swapped the controls to change weapons, so I couldn't remember what I did. So yeah, but you know, apart from that, it was pretty easy to get back into. I thought it would be quite hard. You know, I thought it'd be like, oh, okay, you know, get the old muscle memory back. But no, it was relatively easy. So I think I'm going to continue with Cuphead for a little bit, just as a bit of a palate cleanser, just to have a different type of pace of game. Then I am teasing with the idea of playing The Witcher 3.
You keep saying this, man. You
know.
keep teasing.
I know.
I'm really going to do it.
I'm definitely going to do it, like I did with Skyrim. But you know, it's not a light endeavor, is it? You know, it's not.
No.
It's
definitely
not. And also, I want to play it right, so I want to stream it. So every time I play it, I stream it. So it's not something I'm taking lightly. But then I'm thinking, oh, maybe I could fit in another game just before it or something. Maybe I could squeeze in something else that's not as lengthy. So I'm not sure at the moment. But Witcher 3 is soon. Yeah, Witcher 3 is going to come soon. So.
It's just biting the bullet, I guess, isn't it? Doing it.
Yeah.
Just going, right, I'm going to do it. Yeah,
it's just finding an afternoon or an evening where I've got a few good hours and I'm like, right, because it's the start, isn't it? You know, when you start something, you've got to like mentally prepare yourself and just make sure you've got the time. It's not like with Cuphead where I've got 10 minutes. I can just quickly have a go at this boss. You know, you can't just start a game like The Witcher 3 for 10 minutes. You have to dedicate some hours to it just to start out. So, yeah. I don't know what else I've got, really. I've got The Evil Within, Dead Rising. I don't know. I've got quite a few games. The Sims I've been teasing with. I'm not sure. So, I was thinking about making some videos where we make us in The Sims and see how we get on, see if we have sex or something.
That would be funny.
I do not have any interest in that.
Well, do you not, Duke, really? But anyway, that's me.
He might be up for it. He might be up for it. He's just not saying.
It will be up for it in The Sims. I'll make him a horny devil. Yeah, so that's me.
There you go. That's you. Duke, over to you.
Yeah, I've been playing Rocket League. Whoop, 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 whoop. But there's nothing to say about it. But I've also been playing Starbound.
Ooh.
Oh my God, this game has so much depth. It's unbelievable. I played it when it was early access, and I played it for a while in early access. And of course, they were trying to figure out what kind of game is it going to be? What are we going to actually do in it? How is it going to be different from Terraria, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The final release, when it finally came out, I had been in early access for like a year. I had played it a bunch. So I was like, all right, whatever. It's finally out. I'll play it a little bit. The opening is kind of similar to what it was earlier, but they had a new story and everything. So I was like, it's a different story. That's cool. I didn't realize all the different, like, you can upgrade your workbench and then upgrade. I think there's like 3 or 4 levels of upgrading it. And every time you upgrade it, you can make more stuff. There's all these different, going to different planets and different stars isn't just about seeing different creatures. It's about accessing different materials. So when you said, Stu, last week, can you tell that you're on a different planet? In general, the way the planets look is a little different from planet to planet, but the way that they're stocked with stuff They've got different materials. They've got different ores, for metals, titanium, durasteel.
Right, so you can only get certain stuff on certain planets.
Correct.
So that makes you travel around.
And some planets are radioactive. The moons have no atmosphere, and they just introduced these mechs, which make it very interesting to, like you can dig stuff out much more easily, but it's hard if you go down into a cave with the mech, it's hard to get it out. So it's just, I don't know, it's really well done. I think they've really done a great job with this game. It's very deceptively simple on the surface, and there's a lot down there once you start digging into it. I'm doing a challenge dungeon that's like these lasers going off and you have to duck at just the right moment and all this stuff. So I don't know, the 2D combat is always something I've been kind of meh about, but the more I play it, the more I'm enjoying it, and the more I'm seeing all the different things they're doing with it. So big thumbs up on Starbound.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it, I don't think it's my type of game, if I'm being honest.
All right.
I just look at it and think, it looks all right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. For me as well, I'm in Stu's camp with this one, Duke. I look at it and it looks really dull to me.
yeah.
But I feel like it's a game that when you play, you're like, yeah.
It's all about the gameplay. The graphics are, like SNES. They're very sort of pixely. And
Is there any sort of overarching story, or is it just
there is? It's basic. Yeah. So the story is there are these 6 crystals that were taken at one point, and we have to use them to open this vault and defeat the ultimate evil. Whatever standard story for a adventure game. But the 6 crystals are found in these 6 dungeons that can be accessed by learning about the 6 different races. So you have the flower people, you have the fish people, you have the gas people, you have the robot people. I don't remember what the other ones are, but you have different parts of the universe you have to explore.
Right. To unlock all these vaults.
Right. And it's trying to balance the, exploring thing, the open world stuff with the progression stuff, because, you don't want to, you can't basically like, I'm supposed to be finishing off this, dungeon, this boss with the gas people. I've explored all the gas people. I think I explored all the gas people. I explored, the area I needed to explore. And then the question is, now can I do that final sort of boss level for that type of person? And it's not just one person. Like, it's not just one area that the boss is in. You basically have a mission on your computer and it beams you right to the dungeon. You don't have to go find it. But it's cool because, you're supposed to find, so for instance, when you go to find one type of, creature, one race of people, it'll tell you look on temperate planets, or look on planets orbiting a temperate star. And so you have to look on the star map and figure out, okay, here are the temperate stars, here are the gentle stars, here are the radioactive stars, here are the frozen stars, or whatever. And it's just, I don't know, there are ocean planets and there are desert planets, and it's just, there's a really good variety of stuff in the game.
So can I have, you said you've done all the gas stuff. So is that main boss battle unlocked for you now then?
Yeah, it is. But, and I didn't even say what I was going to say. You have to craft the best armor or else you're not going to survive. So you can't just go and have a go. Exactly. I've tried it like 10 times and it's just not happening. I'll have to fight off I'll have to get a decent set of armor and then go fight it. So what you got to do is grind for a while now to be able to do it. It's grindy. Yeah, it is. But it's, I don't know, like, again, it's, well, I have a higher tolerance for repetition than some people, so some folks might find that tedious. But for me, it's like exploring, and they did a good job of mixing in a whole bunch of, like, you go exploring a cave every once in a while. In Minecraft, you're going to find a temple every once in a while, right? In this game, they're significantly more common. So you're going to find things to explore around in, and you'll find crates that have upgrade modules in them. You get 15 upgrade modules. You can make your matter manipulator, which is like your basic pickaxe. You can make it a lot stronger, for instance. So yeah, I'm really loving it. I think it's really cool, and I'm surprised by how much I didn't have before. You see, it's interesting, Duke, because you really are into these time sink games, aren't you? Where, like you said, it's a very repetitive and grindy, but you just kind of enjoy that. I think it's just that
Yeah, relaxing for you, maybe.
Exactly, and it's the relaxing part. Like I can pause the game. I can, if I'm playing Rocket League and I get a little frustrated, like I'll win and then I'll stop and walk away, and then I'll play this, and it's just wandering around and exploring, different caves and getting materials and stuff. And it can be frustrating when I'm trying to, get the boss down. But on the other hand, when I learn to walk away, okay, you know what? I need better equipment, so I'll come back to it.
Pretty good.
Yep. Big thumbs up on Starbound, and that's it. I haven't played anything new, and
Is that it for you? Right.
Well, there is.
Is that it? I've predominantly played one game, but I have played other few things. There's an Android version of PUBG, and I thought, seeing as my PC doesn't run it very well, maybe I'll have a go of the Android version of this game, see what that's like. And it's a bit shit, I guess. The biggest issue with it is obviously controls. And graphically, it actually doesn't look a whole lot different considering it's a tablet game. It looks very similar. It functions in a very similar way. And it's just the controls because you're touching a screen and trying to aim and shoot and stuff. And it just doesn't work very well. If you had a controller, it actually probably wouldn't be that bad, because it's all the same. You land in a building, go explore, collect some weapons, and try and shoot over. It's basically PUBG, but on an Android or an iOS tablet on Apple. And I suppose if you want to get your sort of fix of PUBG on the go, you could probably do worse than this. And it
looks pretty good.
It's actually not too bad. And I didn't mention what it was called. It's called Rules of Survival. I don't think I mentioned that. But yeah, Rules of Survival on Android. It's not a massive download. And if you just glanced at it, you'd be mistaken for thinking it was PUBG.
It looks exactly like PUBG.
It does. It looks exactly like PUBG. And it works exactly like PUBG.
Like zombies.
And the twist is?
It's a much bigger pill.
The map is of a similar size. You can still drive vehicles. It's got everything PUBG has got, but it's free. So it's totally free to play. And if you want to have a go, I guess there's no excuse really, because you don't have to pay or anything. So just give it a whirl. Like I say, it's called Rules of Survival, and it was all right. I had a few games. I got killed, obviously. I was in the top 30 at one point, and then got killed because I hid a lot. But it's all right. It's all right. If you can get used to aiming on a tablet, you might be all right with it.
Yeah, so I can't playing a game like this on a tablet. It just seems like the aiming mechanisms would be a nightmare.
It is a little bit. It's not as easy as, obviously, if you could plug a controller into your tablet, you'd be away, because it would be fine. But unfortunately, most of the time you can't. I know there are adapters and stuff, and you can link up controllers to tablets and all that sort of stuff, but I don't know. It was all right. Other than that, I played a demo on the PS4 called Gravel, which touted itself as the best off-road racer ever made, or something of that nature was its tagline. And this was a bit shit too. This wasn't really that great at all. I was kind of surprised. My favourite off-road racing game ever is MotorStorm. Which the original one, the second one was all right, but the first one was really the best. And that was so much fun, and it was crazy, and the cars were good, and the tracks were really interesting. And it was weird, right? Because it touts itself as an off-road racer, and the demo you get is sort of a racetrack in the snow. So it's not even. It doesn't even feel like you're off-road, even though I guess you kind of are. But it was.
There isn't even gravel.
No gravel. Very arcadey, very stick to the road. Just not very good, really. It looked all right, I guess, but it was nothing special. Now, it might just be me not liking racing games particularly, because I'm not the best judge of these things, to be honest.
I think it's you.
So, yeah, it probably is me. So, people might like this, I guess, but I just didn't think it was a very good demo. Because it gave you... It's on the PS4.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Graphically, it's not even that great. It doesn't look...
Not really.
No.
If you'd have said this was a mobile game, I believe you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it feels like. it feels like a port from a mobile platform, like an Android game.
Yeah.
It's just not very good. So, not my thing. I wasn't very impressed at all, so I turned that off pretty quickly.
Like if you're gonna do a racing game, you got to do something different.
Yeah.
There's got to be something.
Or
unusual.
you've got to do all the simulation shit really, really good, like Forza.
Yeah, this just isn't very good in general.
It's difficult to compete with a Forza these days because they've just got a machine, and what they do is they do so well. So, yeah.
I think what sort of slightly irked me was the best off-road racing game ever made tagline or something like that. I'm just like,
what are they
no.
gonna say? This is a mediocre.
No, but you can't claim to be the best unless you are. You know what I mean?
Are you suggesting that people lie in their advertisements? Come on.
You're not allowed to do that in the UK.
Yeah, well, but that's a subjective opinion. The best. So like.
That's why they sued the Never-Ending Story.
Mr.
Yeah, it actually ended.
Obvious case of fraudulent advertising.
Yeah, terrible.
Never
other than that, I've been playing Bully quite a lot this week. By the way, I'm about
Bully for you.
I know. I'm about 8 hours in, so I've played a lot of Bully this week, and I'm liking it. Do you know what? I'm just kind of shocked I've never played this more than the half an hour I did before, really, because it is really good, and it's got loads of really interesting missions.
Stu, I know.
I've just done the Panty Raid mission, which was really kind of funny. Which is basically a perverted PE teacher wants you to steal panties from the girls' dorm for him. So he had to sneak around and nick all the panties for him. It was kind of funny.
Great.
Yeah.
Sick and twisted.
Of course. But he pretends it's because he's doing the laundry.
Of course.
Of course he is. But what was kind of interesting with it is it's just funny the way it's all set up, because some of the missions don't appear until certain times of day. So this one appears when you're in town at night. So you sort of get a mission marker just appears on the map. And it's because he's sneaking out of the local sort of pawn shop where he's doing research to see if there's any naughty boys inside.
Yes.
That shouldn't be in the pawn shop. It's kind of interesting how they set these things up. I've had a couple of frustrating moments with it. There was a mission I had to do where I had to take photographs of a couple. I don't know whether you remember this one, Chini.
Not really, no.
Yeah, you have to get photographs of
them. Oh
yes,
I do actually. Yeah. Is it the greasers? Is it those?
Yeah, you do it for the greasers. Yeah, you have to go and photograph this couple, and he thinks his girlfriend's like playing around on him and stuff. So you have to go and get photographic evidence. The camera doesn't have a viewfinder, so you've got to just kind of line it up as best you can and hope you get a good shot. And if you do it during school time, the amount of times I was just about to take a picture and a policeman would grab me or whatever was so annoying. So in the end, what I did was I waited till after school to go and do the mission. So I didn't get all that bullshit off the policeman or get interrupted while I'm trying to get the right pictures and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
That's probably the only frustrating mission I've had, really. Other than that, they've all been fairly straightforward, really.
So it holds up well.
I think so. I mean, graphically, yeah.
It's a bit rough.
So.
Yeah.
It is a bit rough. But some of the animations are pretty good. I like the skateboard. I like the way that's animated when you pick it up and when you do it. I like the way I'm like 5 or 6 hours in, and obviously I'm a bit crap at some of the lessons, but every time I get a gym lesson and you learn all these new moves, for fighting.
Yeah.
And it does so much depth to the fighting, because at first it's just going to be like a bit of a brawler where you just punch stuff. But there's loads of grappling and get him on the floor, knee him in the balls, headbutts, leg sweeps. There's all this stuff, and you're like, I didn't know you could do all that stuff. And it's cool how it introduces it during a lesson. Really crap at art. I can't get past the second art thing.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Where you have to sort of fill in the picture and the stuff chasing you around. It's very frustrating. But art, I think the prize for art is the being able to get out of fights, is it, or talk your way out better? Is that English?
Oh, I can't remember.
I can't remember. But chemistry is the best lesson, because that's where you get all your cool weapons and stuff. So not too bothered about art, to be honest. And I think as the game opens up, you go to school less and less anyway. because you kind of all the missions are in the towns and stuff, so you're very rarely at the school anymore.
Yeah, you do go back though.
You do, no, because there are still some missions at the school, but I found myself sort of in the town mostly during the day, all the time, sort of doing stuff there rather than back at the school. But it's really, really good, Bully. I totally recommend it. If you've never played this game, just pick it up cheap, and it's a really good Rockstar game. And what's kind of refreshing is there's no swearing hardly.
No,
and it's
What do you mean there's swearing?
There's no swearing. It's really weird playing a Rockstar game where no one swears really. It's just odd. I don't think they use the word fuck at all. I've never heard it, I don't think.
No, there's no. No, I don't think there's any.
You get shit. And I think I've had bastard and a few words like that, but not fuck. Never had that. It's really weird. It's almost like they set out to make a game for younger people to play, rather than the standard Rockstar thing.
That's exactly what they did.
Yeah, but it's just a pity it was a bit controversial.
Well, the art game is based on a game called Quix, Qix.
Oh, that was a good game.
Yeah. So Quix is a game where you fill in.
Yeah.
So that's
My
what
dad loved that game. That was the only video game, one of only a few that I remember him being really into.
Yeah. So it's a game back in the 80s.
And I'm
It's so weird that was an arcade game because today it would never be in the arcade.
Well.
No, unless it's at the arcade club at our meetup.
I see what you did there. We should hang out there sometime.
We should do that on the 21st of April.
Let's do it on the 21st of April.
There you go. Yeah, but it's really good, Bully. If you've never played it, like I say, give it a whirl because...
Give it a whirl.
Give it a whirl because it's kind of an interesting Rockstar game, totally different to any of their other stuff, I'd have said. Same formula, but just such a different setting. I really like Halloween, by the way. Halloween night I thought was really cool with all the pranks and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. It's Christmas now, by the way. I've just got past Christmas. So yeah, it's very good, very good. I have played
Christmas time in Hollis, Queens.
I have played a whole brand new game this week.
Dude, Stu's all about the new.
I am. I've been looking at this for a while though, so I've been watching this, waiting for it to come out. And it's by, you'll have to excuse the voice, by the way. It is getting quite bad because I'm talking a lot. When I've finished, I will.
Tell you sound horrible, but whatever.
I know, yeah. I've got a bad cold, everyone, if you've not realised already, so I am sort of trying my best here. But this is from a development company called Dim Bulb Studios.
Yeah.
And this is half of the development team that made Gone Home. So one of the guys branched off and created his own new studio. And they've created a game called Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. Now, I've got to say, this is not going to be for everyone. It really isn't.
Is it?
It's a very unusual
game that's not for everyone? What?
I know, who knew? It's a very unusual game in the way it's
you love it, don't
presented
you?
to
You love it.
It's set in
You look at him. I can hear it.
America Depression era.
I can hear him.
And you're basically a hobo who's traveling around. You stumble into a poker game, play a hand of poker. You get the best hand you could possibly ever have, like it's a high royal flush, running flush, and you think you're obviously going to win. When you sort of bet all your money and look back down, it's changed to like tarot cards, and the person you're playing turns out to be a dire wolf. So yeah, I know, a dire wolf. I know.
You said this wasn't for everybody. It sounds great.
I know. And basically, he tells you, he said if you lose the hand, he can get you to repay any way he likes. And his idea of repayment is that you have to travel America and get stories, basically. It's a very weird game.
Sounds very weird.
But it's really, really well written. I think from what I can gather, I don't know any of these authors, but they've got quite a lot of famous writers to write short vignettes for the stories in the game. And there's loads of them, and they're all a bit weird. It's a bit strange. It's very, if you like Device 6, on those sorts of, or 80 Days, those kind of games, then you're probably going to like this. There are some criticisms. I mean, there are some great things. The soundtrack is really, really cool. It's a lot of blues, A lot of sort of Southern American type music, you know, really cool banjo music and all that sort of stuff. The voice acting is excellent. The guy who narrates it is really, really good, very professional sounding. And they've got quite a few different actors that do all the little stories and stuff. And then the aim of the game is once you've got all your stories that you collect by going to all these little places, you go to a campfire at night and you meet someone there. So there's different characters you meet at the campfire. And they want you to tell them a story, the theme of one of the stories you've collected. It sounds very weird and it's really hard to explain. But if you tell them the right story, then they start to trust you. And I don't know what really happens then because I haven't got as far as getting someone to trust me completely, so I don't really know. But what then's really cool is once you've told the stories and you carry on your travels, you'll hear the story you told, but it's been sort of exaggerated or changed because it's been retold by other people.
Okay.
I don't really know how to explain it.
You're not selling it
It's
to
such a
me.
strange game.
Sounds pretty strange.
It is, but you're basically...
look, I'm not trying to say that there's nothing to be gained from this sort of game. They can be fun. It just depends on whether the story writing is actually good.
The story writing is very good. It's very surreal, fantastic, and a bit out there. You know, some of the stories are really like bit weird, you know, a bit odd. But I think they're obviously written that way on purpose to make you feel a bit uneasy. But the biggest criticism I would have is that it's a bit buggy and there's some frame rate drops. And you think that wouldn't matter in a game like this, but it kind of does because you walk your character's like a skeleton walking on a map of America and he walks really, really slow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there is a whistling...
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He walks slowly.
Yeah, really slowly.
Grammar burn!
Yeah, really slowly. But there is a whistling mini game, so you can do a whistling mini game with the face buttons on the controller, which is meant to make him walk faster. But to be honest, it didn't seem to make a whole lot of difference.
Yeah,
it was still walking very, very slowly. You can hitchhike, so you can hitchhike cars that are passing you. You can hop on trains. If you've not got enough money to pay for a train, you can just jump on, you know, when it's setting off. But if you get caught, you get beaten up. So they sort of beat you up and take your money off you and stuff. So, I don't know. It's so hard to describe. Yes. I mean, you can see on screen here quite how slow he walks. But I think that's meant to be the way the game is. It's sort of contemplative and it is interesting. It's hard to explain why it's sort of addictive, but it is addictive. When you see the next little marker in the distance, which is obviously another story, you do want to go and collect it to see what it is, you know, and find out what sort of story it is. And then when you see the campfire icon, you're like, oh yeah, I need to go and sort. And you meet the same characters as well, so they tell you where they're going to next. And if you didn't have the right stories the first time you met them, you go and collect some more stories, and then, you know, obviously the second time you meet them, you've obviously got the right stories then to give to them. It's a very weird game. It's very weird, but interesting. You know, I do like experimental games. You know, games that are just sort of doing something that little bit different.
Stu.
Yes.
Yes.
What's this game about?
I don't know. It's about stories in America. It's about Americana.
I see.
Traveling the whole of America, collecting stories about America. America!
I don't think I would like this game.
I don't think you would like this game at all.
Talk about this was made just for you.
But the voice acting is excellent, I have to say. Not voice acting, but narrating.
At least there's voice acting in it.
Oh yeah, it's all fully narrated. There are some of the little stories don't have narration.
Well,
but
fuck that then. No.
So you do have to read a little bit. You have to do some
reading shit.
So yeah. And that's kind of it, really. That's all I've been playing this week. I'm going to try and get a bit more in this week, but yeah, I need to get back to Celeste and die another 150 million times to try and finish that game. So I might do that. I'm off tomorrow, so I might try a bit again. get back to Celeste and play a bit more of
Give it
that.
a shot. Why not?
But I do want to get Bully out of the way as well. I want to get that finished off.
Get Bully
Finish the
out of
game
the way.
Started. Who starts a game and then leaves it?
No, I
I did that
finished-
for I did that for Rebel Galaxy. There's a million games
Yeah.
I've done that for. Get it?
Putting news first.
I'm just going to leave you two to it for a moment to carry on while I go
Uh-oh.
and get another drink because my voice is getting quite bad. So
Chinny, what's
Oh.
on the news?
I'll be back in a moment.
Yeah, fuck off. Right. I don't know. News.
New-
Tell you what,
new-
now he's gone. Sometimes he picks the weirdest shit to read out.
Yeah.
Well. Oh, okay. Let's read something that's going to annoy you, Duke.
Okay.
Detroit Become Human will come out on May the 25th.
Oh boy.
Detroit Become Human is the follow-up game by David Cage. Yes.
Yeah.
That David Cage.
I know. I've
The
heard
Heavy
all about
Rain
it.
Man. And Beyond Two Souls. Remember that game that everybody forgot about? Yeah, the PS4 game has seen its fair share of controversy during development, including a trailer last summer that was criticised for its portrayal of domestic abuse. We'll see whether the Quantic Dream game avoids the pitfalls of its predecessor.
I'm not holding my breath.
So, yeah. What I played of it at EGX last year, it seems like exactly the same shit.
Yeah.
With a different coat of paint. So,
If anybody hasn't heard, I did not really like Heavy Rain.
no, you wasn't.
Why I'm so down on David Cage, you need to find the episode where we talked about it.
Or
Oh,
the
you're
you-
talking about Detroit Become Human? Oh, yes.
Or the YouTube video. If you typed in, let's Google it, Heavy Rain Veteran Gamers Animation. Let's see if that turns. Bam, there you go. That'll do it. And then you can watch the 1 minute, 15-second video where Duke shits on Heavy Rain.
It basically sums up his feelings on the game in a very short space of time.
Yeah, very
Right, check-
calmly.
Very concise. Concise.
Anyway, yeah, so that's out soon. Are you getting that, Stu?
I don't know. I've
No, is the answer.
I've played
Good.
every
Moving
other
on.
game. I've played every other game. I don't know. I might
So
do.
have I.
I know. I might still do it.
Okay, other news now. How Nintendo won the market with the Switch. Okay. Oh, my throat just did a weird burp thing there.
There you go.
It's no secret that the Nintendo Switch has been a massive success. Lol, suck. I said the word suck. In fact,
You did.
it sold more units in a shorter amount of time than any other console that has ever come before it. Which begs the question, how did Nintendo win back the market with the fucking Switch? Flashback on this show. It'll be shit. Duke, it'll be the shittest console I ever did see. That's Duke. And I'm like, hey, it'll be the shittiest console, man. Who wants to
This
take it on the
console's
go?
gonna suck.
This console's gonna suck. It's gonna be
glad-
shit.
I'm
And then
so
I
glad
said,
to Wisconsin from Alabama.
hey,
yeah.
give it a chance. I think it's cool. Anyway, back to the.
You were right. You were right.
Back to the thing. Without the advantage of a holiday launch, Nintendo has sold over 4.8 million Switches in the United States and over 14.8 million units globally.
That is pretty fucking
all
crazy.
over the world, surpassing
In
the
a
previous
year.
sales record held by the Nintendo Wii, becoming the fastest selling console in US history. While in Japan, Nintendo sold over 3.3 million units in approximately the same amount of time. So, we got a little chart here. First year sales in millions. And number one is the Switch with 14.8. So that's impressive. Number two, and I don't think many people thought that many people, I don't think many people was going to think, like, no one's going to overtake the Wii. But the Switch did, with 13.7. The PS4 almost did, with 13.5.
I know. I'm quite shocked at it. I didn't
Yeah.
realise it had sold that well in his
The
first year.
PS4 is did very, very well. I think this is you know,
Gangbangers, man.
I think this is this worldwide? Yeah, this is worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide sales.
So the Xbox One did 7, the 360 did 5.9, the PS3 did 5.6, and the Wii U did 3.9. So those are the console charts. Yeah, the Switch is a hit.
It's massively impressive. I mean, you're an owner of one of these.
I am. I've got one right next to me. I play it all the time. I never play it.
So why do you think, as an owner of one of these, that it's done so well?
I think, well, I always like to start. I always like to start with the games, right? The games. I feel like Zelda was a stroke of genius. So timing it with the Switch, making sure that it came out with. I know it came out on the Wii U as well, but
yeah, but there's not that big an install base on the Wii U, so it didn't really matter.
And then you've got like a 1-2 punch. You've got the Mario as well, right? Which is also like just before Christmas, so that gave it that extra bump. A good Mario Kart games, good indie development support, and also the reason why I think the Switch was a success is because the concept, the idea behind it, what it actually does, is very easy to display in an advert and very easy to understand. I feel like it's an idea that probably all people that have played games have had once in their lives. Wouldn't it be great if I could take my PlayStation 2 and just take it with me on the bus? Everybody's had that idea. It's not it's not coming up with the idea is always the genius moment. It's implementing it, and it's the first
pulling
time
it off. That's the
yeah,
pulling it off,
and it's the first time. I mean, you can see that the Wii U was a step there. The PS Vita was a step there. But when I showed the advert to Tara, she was amazed by it. She was like, "Whoa!" And I showed it to Tara's brother, and I said, look, you can play it on the go, and he was impressed. Like, people just are impressed by it. It's very, very
I'll be
cool.
honest, right? I'll be honest. I was skeptical, and I still kind of am a little bit. I still feel like it's still not as amazing as I think people make it out to be. Obviously, but I was impressed. And we were, when we went to EGX and we were playing Mario Kart.
It took us what 5 minutes to set it up.
Yeah.
And
that was pretty bloody cool.
We had 3 of it, and you feel a little bit dirty because it is exactly what Nintendo wants you to be doing with it. You're playing, like at a social bar, man.
I think what was funny about that is that when we first did it, we were just taking the piss doing the advert. Let's do the advert,
Yeah.
But then once everybody was into it.
Yeah.
And it was like it suddenly became this. It went from just taking the mickey to actually having a lot of fun, and it is hard to admit to.
I think my only criticism of the Switch really is that it doesn't have enough of those games. Like some of the best games on the Switch are the ones that you don't use that feature with it. Zelda and Mario don't. The fact that you can take it out and share it and use one of the controllers with your mate. I think, more like games like Mario Kart. I mean, I know they released the Bomberman, but it was a bit of a flop. Look at it, how easy is it to make a Bomberman? Like, it's fucking a piece of piss. I could make it, all right? You know what I mean? It's just.
Of course you could.
I could come up with it. Just make it like the fucking Super Nintendo one. How hard is that? All right. I don't know why they fucked that up, but like just more party games, like things like Overcooked, and games that are really good co-op with your friends. Good racing games. What about a Wave Race? We haven't had a Wave Race for years. Wave Race 64. I think there was one on the GameCube as well. We'd love a Wave Race. Let's get one of those going. F-Zero, good racing game. Smash Brothers. I'll tell you what, when they release Smash Brothers for the Switch, it's going to be fucking unbelievable when they do that, because everybody's going to be playing that. That's going to be a hit, and they need to do it.
Oh yeah, no, that is true. I don't know. I think you are right. I do think that they've managed to turn it around massively after the Wii U debacle. So I'm sure there's a lot of happy people at Nintendo now to shore up the coffers again after they've had to delve into it for a few years. So I'm sure everyone's happy. But you're right. I think you're right. I think the social element, the co-op games, that sort of thing is where it's at really.
They got to keep the single player. Metroid 4 or whatever. All that shit. I mean, they got to keep that coming. I want to Pikmin 4, but there's really easy things that Nintendo can do from now on, right? And the Labo stuff aside, make sure that Virtual Console comes out, release all your old library games, make Wii U games. You know, I would be happy to buy them digitally. Do you know what I mean? I'm not even talking about backwards compatibility. I'm just talking about everything that came out for the Wii U. Things like the GameCube, some 64 games, some SNES games, NES games, whatever. Just make them available to buy. It's free money. It's fucking money just sitting there for them. Really easy steps that they could do.
Sorry.
Do you know what I'm really happy about? Because I think there's so much third-party support going on now with the Switch, that when Bayonetta 3 does come out, it'll probably sell really well compared to 2 and 1, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's such a big install base. I think it might actually do.
Yeah. It'll do well.
As well as it deserves to do.
I'm going on the eShop now, right?
And I'm gonna probably buy one.
I know
when
you will.
that comes out. I will do. I know I will. I bought the bloody Wii U for Bayonetta 2, so I'm going to end up buying a bloody Switch now for Bayonetta 3. The only difference is, though, when I bought the Wii U, it was very cheap because nobody wanted them. Whereas the Switch isn't going to be so cheap, sadly. So there you go.
I'm trying to remember my password. I don't remember it.
That's funny.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, so there is a lot of shit on the store, so I'll have a look right now. So what we got? Recent releases: Super Toy Cars. No, thank you. Grid Mania. No. A normal lost phone. What is that?
What the hell is that?
That's $5.49. Star Force. Yeah, there's a lot of shit. So you know, there is a kind of like shovelware sort of thing happening at the moment. Portal Bridge Constructor, which I've heard is okay. Trail, Frontier, Outlast, would you believe? Air Hockey.
I know, yeah, no, I knew Outlast was coming to the Switch.
Air Hockey would be good, but £7.19 is a bit fucking steep.
Yeah.
Final Station Payday 2. Spot the fucking difference, I don't think so.
Payday 2 on it.
Payday 2, yeah. Pac-Man Championship Edition 2. Radiation Island, Typo Man, Hollow, 10-Second Run, Ace of Seafood, Dragon Sinker, Super Roller and the Lost Burgers, Arcade Archives, Space Cats with Lasers. Everyone. Yeah. Old Man's Journey.
I get the impression
Pool.
that maybe isn't that difficult to port to either, because developers seem to be turning around these games pretty quick. Because when did Outlast people suddenly decide to port Outlast to it? You know.
Yeah.
You know, they're doing this pretty quickly by the look of it. So
no, can't be that difficult. But on the there's so there's a lot of shit. But on the charts, would you believe, number 1 is Minecraft.
Well, of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course. But Stardew Valley is on there. Rocket League, Celeste obviously is on there.
I forgot Celeste was on the Switch.
Yeah, Bayonetta 2. That's how Chris MJW is playing it. Bayonetta 2, Overcooked. There's a good bunch of games. The only problem, I suppose, for someone like me is that a lot of these games I've already got, or I could buy them cheaper elsewhere. You know what I mean? But if I didn't already have I have Stardew Valley on the PC. But if I didn't, and I am interested in playing that game, I would probably have bought it for this, because that's the kind of platform, the Switch is the perfect platform for it. And games like Celeste as well, the Switch is a great platform for it.
Yeah, I think it'd probably work quite well on the Switch.
Yeah, so there's lots of good stuff about it. I do like it, and it feels good, and it's nice. It's well designed. I feel like it's a good product. It feels like a solid product. The Wii U always felt like a bit cheap, whereas the Switch feels, it's like a good touchscreen, good tablet. Controllers are okay, not the best Nintendo controllers, but they do the job. So yeah, I don't know. I like the Switch. Anyway, moving on. Let's put it back in its dock, shall we? Right, news. Bethesda E3 2018 press conference has got a date announced. Exciting, I guess.
So, I mean, last year's was a bit of a damp squib as far as Bethesda was concerned. It was a bit shit. There weren't a lot of great announcements. It almost felt like a bit pointless.
Yeah.
So, Duke, being the Bethesda fanboy here.
I'm a Bethesda fanboy.
What do you think they're going to be announcing at this conference this year, then?
New Elder Scrolls.
If they announce it, they're releasing it.
Good. It's about time.
Because that's what
Skyrim
they did with
came out in
Fallout.
2011. It's been 7 years.
Yeah, but they did Fallout 4 between that.
I know, but, you know, when did Red Dead 1 come out?
2010.
Okay, so it's been about time since that, and they did GTA 5 in between there. So now it's time for Bethesda to come up with the new Elder Scrolls. And it's not going to come out this year.
Well,
it will if they announce it.
If they that's their new thing now. If they announce it, they release it the same year.
Well, maybe they're not going to do that this time. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, that's what I want them to say. I don't know what they're actually going to say. Who the hell knows?
The first announcement of
believing
Skyrim.
in forecasting when Donald Trump became the goddamn president of the United States. All forecasts. There is no sense in trying to say what's going to happen in the future.
The first announcement of Skyrim was a very sort of teaser trailer.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. I think it just went over some like stones and tablets and stuff. In fact, I have it here. But yeah, you know, so maybe they could do that and just went 2019. Would that satisfy you?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
If they just went Azadorth 2019.
Sure. Why not?
Just a black screen, nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
Azadorf. Is that a place? Probably.
Sure, why not?
Anyway, so Bethesda got a date. What is it? The 11th of June? Is that it? No, 10th of June?
Yeah.
10th of June?
I don't know. I didn't even actually look at the date.
I don't know. Who gives a fuck? It's around June.
It's on at some point, isn't it?
Who gives a fuck?
11th of June it is.
Okay. That's other news now. H1Z1 has done something that no one expected it to do, which was officially launch a new mode called Auto Royale.
Ooh.
Yes, Auto Royale pits up to 30 teams of 4 in a battle where only one vehicle can be left standing. Players can find the useful items like weapons, ammo, power-ups and fuel scattered around the map as they eliminate the opposition. So it's PUBG in cars, pretty much.
Well, you can't blame these guys because, to be fair, this is kind of where PUBG started,
yeah,
really.
they fucked it up.
I know they did, but they've sort of obviously gone back to the drawing board and went, right, what can we do that's different than PUBG? Because they've kind of expanded and made it a standalone thing. We need to do something now.
But they fucked it up.
I know, yeah. So that's what they come up with, Auto Royale.
Well, I don't know.
Are you interested in this at all?
No, I've got Fortnite on my on my Xbox, and I look at it sometimes like, oh, I should play that, and then I never do because it's not PUBG.
It's not PUBG.
You notice I didn't talk about PUBG this week.
I know. I'm impressed.
I'm not impressed. I don't care. You can talk about it if you want. See, that's the problem. Stu doesn't have a game like that. He doesn't have a Rocket League, a PUBG.
No,
I don't.
No.
No. I don't have a game I constantly go back to.
The problem the problem I see with this is one of the fucking worst things to do in PUBG is fire your gun out of a moving vehicle. It's so difficult to do.
Yeah.
So I don't think this will be a success.
I don't know, man. I mean, it depends how they've changed the mechanics.
I don't think it will be a success.
The question is, how do you make a new version of PUBG that stands out in some way?
Yeah, but look, shooting out of a moving vehicle is shit.
Well, it might not be. They might have fixed all that stuff.
No, they won't. It's not. It's done. Anyway, it's over. H1Z1's, they lost. They lost.
They lost.
I don't think there's anything else I'd want to talk about.
That's it.
Nothing else. I should mention, actually, there is something that I think we should mention that you haven't mentioned. It's only one little thing.
Jay, you didn't expect it was going to be over there, did you?
I just wanted your opinion as a Nintendo Switch owner. what do you what did you think about the fact that they're actually deleting your playtime after a year?
I don't give a fuck.
No, I think people will be bit pissed off about this if they put like 80 odd hours into Zelda or whatever it is, and then suddenly it gets wiped off and it looks like they've only just started playing.
Why are they doing it?
I don't know. It's a bit weird.
Is it because they're launching their new online system?
No, it's probably just some fucking stupid Nintendo thing that they didn't realise.
I don't care really. I mean, it's semi-interesting to find out how long you've played a game for, but it's an odd thing to do, I admit. But in 2018, when the news headline is Nintendo does something weird, I don't actually jump out of my seat and go, really?
No.
Really?
By the way, there's been an update on the story, so it obviously is some sort of weird glitch. Because there's a statement from Nintendo saying some Nintendo Switch owners' play activity information is displaying incorrectly. We are aware of the issue and we expect to have more information to share in the very near future.
It's a glitch. It's a glitch.
It's a glitch and they don't know how to fix it.
And they fucked up and they're probably working on it, so...
Going, fuck me, we need to sort
The
this
worst
out.
case scenario is the 80 hours that you spent playing fucking Overcooked is going to get wiped. So...
It's going to get wiped
big
up.
whoop-de-doo.
Big whoopty fucking deal. Right, on that note, it's time for, I think, some emails.
Whoa, that ruled.
And we've got quite a lot to get through, which is not the best, you know.
Is it because of my brother?
No, because of your brother. We've had loads from different people this week.
Oh, wow.
I know.
We love it. We love it.
I know it's been a busy week for emails.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
everyone.
first one. I'll try my very best to read these without sounding too bad. But bear with me, people.
And I could read some if you're feeling ill.
You can do. Which one do you want to read? I'll take the first one, and then you take another.
Okay.
So the first one's off John Chopels, a.k.a. Smudgy Peeps, Xbox Gamertag, a.k.a. Jonathan Crisp on Facebook. So there are lots of names. And he says this. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
I just heard you reference Quamrian on the very last show,
Oh, wow.
which reminded me of an age-old mystery which I'm hoping you can finally settle for me.
No.
I started listening way back in the early days of the 035's podcast and have rarely missed a show since.
Jesus
I should add.
Christ, John.
That is impressive. That's like
Jesus.
nearly 10 years.
John!
10 years.
John!
of us.
John!
Shit.
Crispy John!
10 years. I recall Quamrian's indie pick feature quite well, and also recall when he was replaced by the mysterious Vlados.
Oh, yeah.
However...
Can't wait. I'm so happy when we killed that bitch.
I know, yeah. However, one of those rare shows that I missed must have been the one when the changeover occurred. And so my question is, just what did happen to Quamrian? That's a good question.
Keep reading the email and then we'll answer the question.
Yeah. I do not ever recall having heard you mention exactly why he left or was replaced. And not knowing has periodically bugged me ever since. It is, if it was in acrimonious circumstances, I'm sure that the passage of time will allow for you to now explain all. There was nothing untoward as it happens, from what I can remember.
No.
But
there was something untoward. It was totally untoward.
There wasn't anything untoward. From what I can remember, and I think it was quite sad. Didn't he become homeless or something weird? From what I remember.
I don't know.
It was something like that.
I just remember you saying, "Oh, he's not going to do a thing anymore."
Yeah, I think it was something to do with he had to either move out of his house or something happened like that. I can't remember exactly, but there was no like animosity or anything like that. There was nothing funny went on.
No.
And he just never came back to us. He sort of went off and did his own thing.
Same with Surface Lizard.
Yeah, that was
Same
a bit
thing.
weird. That wasn't our doing at all, though.
No, he just stopped doing it.
Surface Lizard, all these people, all these features we used to have. It's weird, isn't it, when you think about it?
Yeah.
So yeah, there was nothing funny about it. I'm almost sure he either got kicked out of his house or something like that happened, from what I can remember. And he said he would sort it once he got himself sorted out and was back on his feet. He'd let us know, and I don't think he ever did. So yeah, that was one. And we all sort of stopped playing 360 as well for a bit, so that kind of didn't help either. Well, that is it for now. Other than to say, please carry on doing what you're doing, and I will continue to listen.
Nope.
And perhaps after all these years,
Not the boss of me.
I may finally get to catch up with you guys, or at least two of you, in the flesh one day at one of your annual meetups. Who knew? Well, it's on the cards, people.
Then he said, well, hopefully not in the flesh as such, but you get my drift. He means naked.
It is me naked.
Well, on the 21st of April, Jonathan, your dreams could come true. We could rub dicks. So,
oh, yeah.
Big graphic.
I hope my dad's not still listening.
He might be.
He might be. He wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
Yeah, who knew?
Yeah, he'd be fine.
Be fine.
Wow,
Anyway.
Somebody in the chat just said, wasn't there somebody called Diablo 2 back in the day?
That's a whole other story that we probably be talking about.
But that's that listener there. Wow.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, that's a hardcore listener. You people who claim to be like listeners from the past,
that's crazy.
I mean, that's probably about episode 50 of the 035.
When he went, it was about 50.
Yeah. That's a long time ago.
Yeah. I wonder how many people remember Mark.
Long?
Yeah, Mark.
Remember Mark?
South African Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah.
God.
Funny stuff.
Anyway.
Funny stuff.
That is funny. Anyway, you're on the next email. Go for it.
Oh, yeah. And the next email being from Big Chin.
Yeah, shall we leave that till the end and do all the others? Because that's the quiz, isn't it?
Oh, that's the quiz, isn't it? Fine. What's the next one according to you?
Clive Dancy.
Oh, God. Oh, I can't find
You can't find that.
Oh, yeah, got it.
Yeah, these clump mine together for some weird reason.
So many. Right, here we go. So this is from Clive Dancy. Boys. He just starts it off. Boys. I'm looking for a good... No, he doesn't say that.
Do you remember? I remember this guy because he was an actor, wasn't he?
Oh, right. Well, in that case, I'm going to read it like this. Boys, so great to hear your voices again. Used to listen to 150 years ago. Not really. I think I remember when Duke first chucked in his random sound bites at the very beginning of story time. Well, I'm back and catching up on my missing 200 or so episodes of the podcast. Still a great show, loving it. Back into gamer mode now, playing lots of Battlefront 2, which I don't care what people say. It's Star Wars, and it's just fun. Funny. Great show. It destroys my work travel time, and I often laugh in the middle of a busy commuter train with people who don't look at each other, staring at me like I'm an idiot. I love it. I think my gamer tag is Actor Dude. It's been so long, so I may be wrong. Goodbye, Clive. There you go.
Thank you for writing.
Thanks, Clive.
Yeah, I may be wrong, but I'm almost sure he was an actor of some description.
His
theatre
gamer tag, Actor Dude. I don't know if you want to decrypt that code there, Stu.
I don't know. You might be right.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'll read the next one then, or I'll try my very best to do it justice. The next one's from Duke's South Dakotan neighbour.
Oh, snap.
What's up, veteran gamers? Chinny, what are your plans with the unfinished part of your Dirty 30?
That's a good question. Keep reading.
Do you still plan to finish the list even though the deadline has passed? I hope so, because I would really love to hear you talk about Stardew Valley. I have sunk over 500 hours into that game, both PC and Xbox version, ever since Duke put up a bug up my ass about it, talking about how great it was on the show.
So to answer your question, I have thought. I don't know is the answer. Because the games on my Dirty 30 are games that I genuinely want to play and finish. And you know me, I'm a stickler for finishing games. I do like to finish my games. So on the list, it's 19, but I think I've done 20 now. And there's still The Witcher 3's on it. The Evil Within.
You, JP Snake, what are you doing, man?
What's he done?
He just sent me a gift. Thank you.
What did he gift? What's he gifted you?
He gifted me the Turing test.
It's been pretty good, that.
Yeah.
Anyway, no one gives a shit about you, Duke.
I've looked at it a few times. I've looked at it a few times.
Very nice, JP. So yeah, Evil Within, I mentioned that earlier. Witcher 3, obviously I mentioned that. Stardew Valley, I mentioned that this episode. I've still got Banjo-Tooie, Bioshock 2, Beyond Good and Evil, Super Meat Boy, Sherlock Holmes and Crimes and Punishment. What? Guacamelee, City Skylines, which I have already kind of played. And then there's other games that I don't really care about playing, which is Vanishing of Ethan Carter. Couldn't care about that. And The Witness. I'm not really that bothered about that one. But yeah, I feel like I'll get to him eventually. I don't know. There's no rush to do it though. The thing's over. So Dastardly Jabby won. 52 games he finished in a year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but he added a lot of those. He added a lot. I'm going to call him out. He added a lot of those fucking things. That's right.
Still a game a week, though, isn't he?
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. I'm just jealous. That's why I'm calling him out.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah. So I will. I think I will. But in between newer games. Because I like to play new games for the show. Because, so, still relevant.
Relevant. Speaking of which, Duke, have you ever looked at RimWorld?
Lol.
Yeah, I have. It's expensive. It's like $30.
It is a game built on the Prison Architect.
What?
It's a game built on the Prison Architect platform.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard nothing but good things about it, but it's
$30.
$30.
What is it? You mentioned
it's a top-down community building game, and you have to deal with people invading from outside, and I mean, it's really well done. It's been on my wish list for a long time.
Oh my god, it looks exactly like Prison Architect.
Uh-oh, Ginny might be interested in this.
Ooh. What's the point of it?
But you have to fight off monsters and everything.
The point is you crash land on a planet and recruit more pawns to help you survive raids and other calamities while trying to research and advancing technology to escape from the planet. There you go. So you've got to escape from the planet you've landed on.
That's interesting.
That's his description, by the way.
It looks like
anyway.
I might be interested in that.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a game which I think you would really enjoy. Even Chinny might get on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you just
the other game I've been increasingly playing incessantly lately is Factorio.
Ah, Factorio. My friend did all the fucking music for that and the sounds.
Really?
Yeah.
Another game that I think Duke would enjoy. I have no idea what Factorio is. I don't know what it is.
Gary Lee trying to get me into that.
Factorio is it's an automation game. So it's basically building your own factory line. So you're on a planet and there are sort of monsters and things like that, and you have to build I'm not 100% sure. I haven't played it, but I've watched it a lot. My friend Dan, who does our music at work, told me about this game. He says, I'm doing some music for a video game. I was like, oh. And he showed me the trailer and the song that he made for the trailer, and it sounded like Men in Black. It was brilliant. And he did all the Foley for it as well. So all the Foley and the tree branches and stuff is him breaking like wood panels on his back garden and stuff like that. And he's been over to Prague to meet the developers and
nice.
He's doing really well. He's doing like from the back of that.
This is it. This is the music.
Yes.
It's good music.
And it fits with the trailer. It's very funny, very cool.
Yeah.
I like it. And he's been showing me.
The reason I've hesitated about Factorio is because it looks really complicated when you look at screenshots. I'm sure once you play it, it all makes sense.
Yeah, I've been teasing with it. I have been secretly trying to ask Dan to give me a free code of it, but he says that you can't get one. But I will just bite the bullet because there's a friend of mine who at work, Ben, really, really wants to play Factorio, and you can play it co-op as well with someone, so you can build like on the same sort of planet or map or whatever. I think that's true. So he was teasing with the idea that we build something together. So yeah, I'm very interested in Factorio. I just haven't got around to it. Again, it's another game that's quite intimidating, like you do. You know, you look at it and you're like, I don't understand what's going on, but I'm sure when you get into it, it's fine.
He finished it off anyway. That's all for now. Keep up the great work, guys. I look forward to this every week to listen to you guys while walking my mail route. So there you go.
There's a mailman.
There's a mailman.
About to deliver to the wrong person.
Yeah.
Hey.
Bless you in the snow.
Yeah, really. Yeah, you're about to. Thank you, Duchess. Male people deliver the baby.
Before we go to the next email, has anybody heard of a game called 2 Point Hospital?
No.
Nope.
So the people that made Theme Hospital back in the day are making a new Theme Hospital. Right? And it's called 2 Point Hospital. And it looks fantastic. And I cannot wait. I'm so fucking hyped for this game. There's a disease called lightheadedness, right? And you've got a light bulb for a head, and you have to screw it off and screw it back on. So it's it's basically Prison Architect, but
so is this a Kickstarter or an early access?
No, it's like they are making it game.
Right.
The original developers on the old Theme Hospital, which was Bullfrog, which was Peter Molyneux's sort of joint, but it's not Peter Molyneux. It was two dudes, two British chaps, and it's really funny to watch their developer videos because American developer videos are very like we are building the next world. Everything we do is so dynamic and there's so much in there. And then a British developer diary is, I don't know, we're just kind of making shit up. I don't really know what's going on, to be honest. It's fucking Theme Hospital. Get on with it. And yeah, as you can see, it's a modern day Theme Hospital, which I'm
it's basically like you said, Prison Architect in a hospital.
Yeah, and Theme Hospital back in the day is a little gem that I loved. I always played a lot of it, and so if you're interested in The Sims and Prison Architect and SimCity and City Skyline, 2 Point Hospital, check it out. I just wanted to bring that up.
Is there a release date for this?
I don't know. Hold on, I'll quickly Google it. 2 Point Hospital release date? Question mark. 2018.
There you go. This year, sometime.
Sometime this year.
Do you want to do Lewis's, because that's rather a large one, and I'll do the smaller one.
Okay. Lewis. Hello again, veterans. Last time I wrote in, I said about a trick where you can empty a public server in GTA Online. I know there is an invite-only and solo session option as well. However, in those modes, you cannot do most of the missions that get the most money. For example, the CEO car missions, which you can only do in public sessions. The Grand Tour Season 2 ended recently, which is a shame, but if you don't already watch it, I fully recommend going on Amazon Prime Video and watching it through. This week I've been playing some Rocket League for the first time in about 6 months, but also I've been playing a lot of what is that?
Barger Edge.
Barger Edge of Control.
Of Control HD.
I don't know what that is. So what I'm going to do...
Let's have a look.
What I'm going to do, Lewis, is I'm going to quickly just bang it into YouTube. Oh, I see. I know what it is. It's a... looks like a sort of cross-country driving sort of game. Like a desert sort of thing. I'll put it up on the screen anyway. Oh shit, I can't read the email and put it up on the screen at the same time. I can now. Hold on. I fixed it.
Danger.
The joy of having two monitors, eh? Right. So, yeah, Badger Edge of Control HD. It's a remaster of a 2008 game, and it's jam-packed with content. There's even a Badger mode. A Badger mode. I like Badger mode better. with races that take time ranging from 1 hour to the Badger 1000.
I've got to say, this looks way better than gravel.
Which is three hours long in real time. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so 3 hours. Needless to say, I haven't done that one. Definitely take a look at it if you like your racing games. All real life Badger races. Badger races. I would like Badger races. That would be cool. But no, there's no games on that. As usual, Chinny is right about games. I recently got PUBG for the Xbox One, and I'm loving it so much. So thanks for that. However, last year, while waiting for PUBG on the Xbox One release, Fortnite Battle Royale came out, and I thought I'd try it out and see if I could get some practice before PUBG was released. I've not been so disappointed in the game for a while. The game isn't all bad, but the gameplay is pretty good, but the building lets it down. The worst part of it is the community. It's a mix between full-on tryhards and 2-year-old kids that just stand there waiting to get shot. I really hate it when people at school say PUBG is a copy of Fortnite, which it isn't. And when you say the other way around, you get 2 responses from a Fortnite player. Well, Fortnite has building, so it's different. Or, well, PUBG is just a clone of Rust. Anyway, I've gone on for too long now, so bye for now. PUBG's a clone of Rust. Whoever says PUBG's a clone of Rust, just punch him in the fucking face.
Yeah, don't tell him to do that.
Just punch him in the face.
He doesn't need to. Look, just be the bigger person. Just walk away.
Yeah, be the bigger person and punch them in the face.
In the face. Look, what you need to do is play bully for a while and get some tips on fighting at school. Tell it's sorted. It's like a training how to go to school simulator. That's what bully is. Just get on that. But no, I mean, just be the bigger person. Just ignore the ignorant people. That's what I say.
Ignorant.
Ignorant people.
So we got one more email from Fetus Booty Snack.
Yeah, Fetus Booty Snack. I'll read this because it's only short. Okay. I have a question for Stu and Duke.
Oh.
Go ahead, shoot. Let me hear you shoot.
Is Trials HD a puzzle game?
No.
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's a puzzle racing game.
I don't care.
Wolfenstein has moments in it where you have to think about how to get to a platform. Is Wolfenstein a puzzle game?
It's a puzzle platform.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Also, sorry I haven't been around much for the streams. I've been hustling out there on the streets and playing a decent bit of PUBG. Still love the show, so keep up the good work.
About the stream and PUBG, it is possible that Fraser might take over a little bit now and again.
Yes, I've seen this. I have seen this happen.
It hasn't happened yet, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it was on tonight. Fraser was playing on our Twitch stream tonight.
I don't know how we would have done that.
Well, he was when I came on at about 8:30. Fraser Moo was playing on our Twitch page.
Well, it might be hosting him.
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
Yeah, but he might be actually streaming.
Direct. You mean
direct? Yeah,
as veteran
on
games.
our channel. Yeah. He texted me earlier this week and said would I be all right with it? I said yeah, I'm fine with it because he plays a lot more than I do. And he said that they had a couple of nights this week, and they said it was so much fun that they just wish they sort of was streaming it and had some record of it. So I said, why not? Doesn't bother me. I did ask him, like, why don't you do it on your own thing? But I don't know,
Level 10 Gamers in the chat has asked, have you heard about the new Battle Royale game, Mavericks Proving Grounds? That's this 400 people one, I think.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I told you guys about that. I didn't try. I should have tried.
What's what?
No, I think that was a different one, wasn't it? The one that you sent us?
Yeah, it was a different one. I installed it. Where'd it go?
You told us about another one that was free to play for a bit and then it wasn't. Oh, 1,000 players apparently. I'd seen 400. But
it says 400 on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I thought it was 400. But 1,000, man, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, I remember reading. I remember whoever sent this to, was it Duke or whatever? I don't know. Somebody showed me this or sent me a link to it or tweeted me. I can't remember. And my immediate thought was, bigger doesn't always mean better. You know what I mean?
It doesn't.
It's like it reminds me of like you know, when like open world games were like, it's a bigger map. You know when we had like GTA 3 and then, you know, like San Andreas and all this sort of stuff. It's like, but the map is even bigger and it's bigger and it's at some point there's like a drop off, isn't there? There's a point where you just go, it doesn't need to be that big. And I don't know, 400 players, 1,000 players. I don't know if that leads to better games.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. Isn't
Like
it?
100 is like, I mean, a match of PUBG is around about 20-25 minutes ish. You know, say if you got to the top 10, it's roughly about that, which is a good amount of time. Like a Rocket League game is about 15 to 20 minutes.
No, it's 10 minutes because the timer's 5.
Yeah, but like, oh, is it 5? Is it?
Yes.
All right. Well, you know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes maybe. All right, and it's just a good amount of time. So with 1,000, you could be playing for an hour. More.
Yeah, it's a long time to play, isn't it?
It's a long time to play. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm into that. Mind you, I've seen gameplay of it now, and it looks very much like Battlefield.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it looks a bit more like Call of Duty or Battlefield, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So
the other thing with that is how long are you going to have to wait to get into another game? Do you know what I mean? If you get killed early on in the game, it's going to be ages, isn't it? Yeah. Or not? I don't know. It's pretty fast-paced by the look of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll...
yeah, it does look like Battlefield, doesn't it?
I'm not looking for another PUBG. I've got my PUBG. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not looking for another one. And unless PUBG really fucks shit up with updates and whatnot, I'll still be playing it. So sending me like links to other things that are very similar to it don't really interest me that much because I've got my fix of
your brother.
dropping
Your brother in the chat earlier was saying they'd done an update on the Xbox version that's done something that's not good.
People are complaining about it, but then I saw in the WhatsApp group that people also are fine with it. I haven't played the updated version. I don't know.
So you're not aware of what's actually changed then?
No idea.
No idea. Right. Well, in that case, we're down to our quiz email off your brother, who has now sent the answers via SpeakPipe, which he hadn't done earlier. So I was going to say, I don't know whether we can do this.
It's time for the quiz. It's time for the quiz. We play the shitty sound clip when it's time for the quiz.
So let's go. Are you ready?
Guess the date again.
No. It's not quite as tedious, but it is a similar thing.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be mean. I like the fact that he's sending us quizzes. That's very nice of him.
He ain't happy.
Apparently, JP Snake says you were watching Battlefield, lol.
Oh, was that Battlefield? It did look like Battlefield.
You're such an idiot. Right, okay,
it was the fucking game. Like, well, it did. The video said it was the game, so it was the fucking person who made the video. I don't know.
Anyway, this is what it says. Big Chin back again to test those big intelligence brains of yours.
Yep.
Okay, hopefully this might be slightly easier. Where are the headquarters for the following gaming producers? 1 point for the state or county, and the bonus points if you get the city or the one with question the town.
I'll go ahead and recuse myself because I don't know none of this shit.
So this is down to you, Chinny. I know one of them.
Level 10 Gamer said that was clickbait. It was clickbait. And I clicked and I baited and I fell for it.
You fell for it. It could have been a Rick roll anyway, so it could have been worse.
Remember Rick? They don't do Rick rolls anymore, do they?
Could have been a Rick roll. Right, here we go. Number one.
Okay.
Memes are cyclical.
Number one, Atari.
America.
Japan.
No, it's meant to be state or county.
Oh.
More specific.
Right. Earth.
Earth.
I don't know where Atari are. I would say they are Seattle. I'm going to guess. Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle. We'll go with that. Sounds
or
good.
Washington State. Let's just say Washington. That's easier. Washington State.
Yeah, Washington State.
Yeah.
Rockstar North.
Edinburgh.
There you go. Bungie.
They're in Seattle. Yes.
Oh, Seattle. See, I
Canada?
don't know these. Capcom. Japan.
Japan somewhere.
Japan.
Somewhere in Japan.
Yeah.
Origin Systems. I don't even know who is Origin. What's that?
I don't
Origin
know.
Systems.
Is it EA?
And I think it's in Greenland.
Yeah, Greenland.
Who's
Rare.
Rare are in Leamington
Oh,
Spa
I do
or
know.
Birmingham.
Yeah, I was going to say it is Leamington Spa, isn't it?
Leamington Spa, and they have one. They have a site in Birmingham as well.
Do they? Bethesda. Come on, Duke.
I don't fucking know. Seattle.
Call yourself a fanboy. You're rubbish.
No.
Epic Games.
I think Bethesda are in Boston. Are they?
Boston.
Oh, who cares?
Epic Games are in Texas somewhere.
Texas.
I think.
Valve.
Seattle or San Fran. I'm not quite sure.
I think San Francisco sounds right. It's probably wrong, but it's right. And Retro Studios. I've never heard of those.
Retro
either.
did Metroid and the
That's why I don't,
Donkey Kong
I'm not
games.
a big Nintendo.
I don't know where they are. I'm pretty sure maybe Canada, Vancouver, something like that. Maybe. Don't know.
Dunno.
I don't know.
I do. Right, Duke, let's have the answers to find out how bad we
Let's have the
were.
answers. The first one's from your mom, I suppose.
Hello, it's Ginger Bollocks.
Mhm.
I'm sorry I'm late with the old answers.
Bastard.
I'm so fucked. I've been out all day. Well, I say mid-afternoon, and I've had a bit too much to drink, so I
He's a bit pissed. He's a bit pissed, is he?
or say anything offensive, but fuck y'all. Right, answers to the
Five.
quiz. Number 1, Atari,
Mhm.
based
Yeah.
in New York City.
Ah.
Number 2,
Who knew?
Rockmore North, and that's in Scotland, and the city is Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3, Bungie, that's in Washington, and I'm sorry, Duke, you'll probably fucking go mad about my pronunciation about American cities. Bellevue or Bellevue.
It's
Number
Bellevue.
4, Capcom, and that is in Osaka.
Japan.
And the city is
Prefecture.
Osaka.
Yes.
Number 5, Origin Systems, and that's in Texas.
Huh.
The city is Austin.
Yeah, Austin.
Rare, that's in Leicestershire, and the town is Twycross.
It's basically
Uh,
Leamington Spa.
7,
Yeah, Leamington Spa.
that's in Maryland.
Where's that?
Uh,
What was that one?
it's-
Go back.
Bethesda. That was Bethesda,
Maryland.
Maryland.
It's in Bethesda, Maryland.
Bethesda, Maryland.
8 is Epic
It's not
Games,
actually
and that's in
Bethesda.
North Carolina. A city is
You stop there.
Ah.
All right, here's the rest
No,
of
there's
it.
a part 2. There is a part 2.
Carrie. That's the city. Sorry about my end to the speak pipe. I didn't think I was talking for a minute and a half there. Jesus Christ, the fucking time just so much. Number 9, Valve. They're based in Washington, Bellevue or Bellevue. Again, Jesus, there's a whole lot of shit
Place to
going
be.
on in that town. Retro Studios, number 10. That's in Texas.
Uh-huh.
The city is Austin.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the quiz. I hope you did well. I hope the listeners did well. If you didn't, well, fuck you. And I just wanted to say as well, the one thing I found out in playing PUBG
yourself.
This week was if you stand still and double tap the stick, the left stick on the pad, you run automatically. And if you hold RB, you can use the right stick to look round and carry on running in you know your direction, what you're heading in. So they're two
Stole it
things
from
that I
Rust.
picked up on today in the chat through PUBG. So I think it's worth going online and speaking to people because I've picked up those tips. If you don't know what I'm on about, then I'll just go over it next week when I'm sober. See you later, motherfuckers.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't know how to.
Alex,
I didn't know how to
Jared,
auto run. On the PC, you press equals, and I thought it was just tap the left stick in, but it was double tap, which I didn't know. So thank you, Pete.
Yeah, thanks for the quiz. We're a bit shit at it, but
Yeah,
you know, it's tough questions, man.
tough questions.
Tough questions.
Tough questions.
Right, we have got some more speak pipes, so we should do the rest of those.
Let's do them.
Yeah, let's do some more speak pipes. We didn't play the jingle. Well, we should have done.
Speak.
Do it now.
Speak pipe. Speak pipe. It's the way to leave a message for us.
No, that's crap.
No, it's crap.
Right, so the first one here is from PD McPeterson III.
Hey there, veteran gamers, boys. This is Petey McPeterson III, and don't, I'm not my dad, and I'm not my brother. I just wanted to talk about these beef wars between the veteran gamers and the overseas connection gamers and all of that. I just beef needs to stop. How long is it gonna be before it just gets out of control, man? And we got no podcast left to listen to. Because the boss wave will get involved, and the games will get involved, and there'll be no one left. So please put down your pointing microphones and start being nice to each other, because all y'all used to get along so damn well. Anyway, this is Petey McPeterson III out with a message saying to you, please make podcasts, not war. Smells like beef.
Hey, that thing I just played.
Smell like beef.
All right. Well, thank you, PD McPeterson III.
Yeah. Did you see his email address, by the way?
I did. I don't want to give it away.
No, it's quite funny though. It's just rather amusing.
Yeah, we're in the know, and whoever doesn't know, they don't need to know. We know
That's
who.
true. We know who Peterson III is, but you know, like you say.
If you'd like to know,
Fuck yourself.
There you
all
go.
right. The next one is from Dark Signs.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello, veteran gamers. It's Derek Sains back again. And after listening to last week's show, where Chinny talked about getting round to watching the thick of it with Peter Capaldi, I was reminded of a limerick, and it goes something like this. There was an angry man named Tucker who took everyone for a sucker. When people annoyed him, he tended to just grin and call them a complete and total... And I just can't remember the end of the limerick. But on to this week's question. In your possession, do you have a games series, a TV series, or a film series? And when I say series, I think there has to be at least 3 of them to qualify as a series. Do you have them in your possession, and you think you should probably have watched them or played them, but just never have got round to doing that? And for me, the answers would be TV, The Wire, film, the Austin Powers trilogy, and for games, the original Tom Clancy Splinter Cell series on the Xbox. So until next time, I think that's it. And so I'll just say, keep on gaming.
Oh my goodness. It's hard to explain how frustrating it can be to have such a loud, bracing sound in one's ear.
I know it's terrible when people play sound bites randomly, isn't it?
No, it's not the fact that it's a sound bite. It's not a loud sound bite, you know?
Yeah, it's the acoustics of it.
Yeah, you know, if you're having a quiet conversation with someone and then all of a sudden there's some loud sound clot. That's just terrible.
Terrible. I have got one of those, actually. That's funny. Yeah, funny. Yeah, I have got one of those. I've got the Sopranos series 1 to 3 box set for Christmas about 3 years ago or 4 years ago, and have never watched it. And
It's a good show.
Meant to be amazing. I know
it is. It's a good show. It's a bit slow.
It's
not the quickest of shows, but it's good. I loved it.
Yeah. So I've never watched it, and I feel like I should, because I know it's meant to be really, really good.
Really good. Seen it.
There you go. So that's mine. I can't think of any game series that I've bought and not played, because I always play a bit of everything, even though I don't finish them.
Yeah.
So I very rarely have games that are still in the shrink wrap or anything of that nature. So that's me. Anything you bought, Chinny, that you've never got around to watching?
I've got...
Well, series. He's asking specifically about the series.
No, I don't have any series. I've got a film on DVD that I've always wanted to... I mean, this is back when I bought DVDs. It was so long ago. and I've always wanted to watch it, and I never watched it, which is The Hurt Locker.
All right. Okay.
And I don't know why, and it's become this running joke where I go, "Is tonight the night where I'm gonna watch The Hurt Locker?" Nah. So yeah, I don't know why I've never. I don't have game series, but I've still got The Witcher 3. But wrapped up, The Evil Within I bought with my Xbox One. When I bought my Xbox One, Sunset Overdrive and Evil Within, and the Evil Within is still in its wrapper, and it bothers me that I've never played it.
It bothers you.
Yeah, Dead Rising 3 and Dead Rising 4. Even though I liked Dead Rising 2, I still just haven't got round to those. TV shows. Yeah, The Wire, I haven't got it, but I've got access to it. I've got Now TV, which is the one. So I've got that. The Game of Thrones, I suppose. I've got access to that. I've never watched that. But that's not really my thing, all that stuff. Incest and shit.
You'd be surprised. It's very good.
Yeah, but, if you like incest, Stu, keep that to yourself.
No, there's more to it than just incest, to be fair.
Well,
there is incest in it.
There's a lot of incest. There's rape.
There's a lot of sex. There's a lot of stuff going down, but
death and torture and death.
And more death and torture and death.
Torture and death.
And death and torture. Oh, and sex. Don't forget the sex.
Nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of sex. Sexy.
Rape, death.
Oh, and rape and death and torture.
Okay.
And sex.
Anyway, are we done? Is that it?
No, have you got any box sets, Duke, that you've purchased and never watched?
Series of things? Not really. I mean, I'm kind of curious about The Walking Dead, but
watch the first 4.
No, first 2.
First 4, I would say.
This is why I'm not gonna watch it, because people keep telling me what to watch, and I'm like, whatever.
Watch the first 4 now.
First 2.
I'm kind of interested in the what's the Amazon series based on the Philip K. Dick books?
Oh, Electric Dreams.
Electric Dreams, yeah. So I don't know. I'm curious, but I don't know. They're expensive. And
it's been on Channel 4 that for free over here.
Oh, Treme is the one, because I really like David Simon, who made The Wire, and I saw like the first season of Treme, and then I never followed up with the rest of it. And he's got The Deuce, which is on HBO now, which I want to see as well. It's about Times Square in the 70s. So, yeah. Game series, not so much. I want to play Andromeda, but I got to play Quiggy Gwig and finish that first.
Yeah.
That's it.
There you go. Is that it? Are we done?
Yeah.
I think
Let's
so.
do some shout-outs then.
Shout out. Hey!
Yeah. I'm going to shout out all the people who've not got in contact for a while or not listened for a while and sent us some really cool emails this week to give us a bit of a blast from the past. It is always kind of cool, isn't it, to sort of reminisce on old times. I mean, weirdly, I said to Kate, this year is our 10th anniversary as podcasters. 10 years.
And we are very cleverly going to celebrate that at the meetup. That's what we arranged.
Yeah, 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
I mean, what's kind of interesting about that is that's longer than most people stay married these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is weird when you think of it in a span of time as long as that we've been doing this every week for 10 years.
A long time.
It's crazy, man. Crazy. Yeah, so that's mine anyway. I'm just shouting out all the people who are still there from the very early days, because it is kind of cool.
That's everyone who's been supporting De La since '89. Now that's a long time.
There you go. And that's me done. Over to you, Duke.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out Mark Wright, because he sent me some clips of Jim Jeffries doing a bit about gun control, which was awesome. So thank you very much, Mark Hannix. I will shout out Verbal Rob, because he's Verbal Rob. Why not? And everybody who writes in, Chinny's brother for sending the quiz, even though I didn't care for this week's quiz and I don't know any of that stuff. And Derek Sains, because he's a very regular emailer, and of course JP Snake for sending. And well, I guess Derek Sains is a regular speak piper, not an emailer, but he sometimes emails too. Anyway, JP Snake, thank you for the Turing test. And Harley Dan gave me Hellblade, and I haven't played that yet either. I need to keep a list of everybody who's gifted me games.
Yeah, you should definitely play that.
Get around
Did
to
you
playing.
finish that shit?
No, I definitely.
you
should
should
Well, what are you lecturing me about?
Yeah,
I know,
fuck up.
because new stuff came out. You know what it's
Well,
like.
that's why I haven't played it.
I know. No, you're not playing it because you're
Starbound
still
came
playing.
out 3 years
You're
ago.
playing old stuff.
Yeah, old stuff.
You're playing old stuff. Right, Chinny, over to you.
I just want to express my feelings about shout-outs. I think shout-outs are stupid.
Stupid.
I'd also like to shout out Nick, who said, "Have you sent those mugs to Duke and Stu?" I went, "No."
Yeah.
Of course I haven't.
It's alright. I've been seeing you in like a month.
Exactly. Of course I'm not going to do that. Shout out to my brother for writing in and speak piping and stuff. And yeah, I don't know.
Oh, if you're gonna be singing the Bodyguard, that's the name of it.
Yeah.
God, we're done here.
Yeah, we do.
And then can I just say, whoa, stop.
You cannot say. You have to wait till the song is over. Should have thought of it earlier.
Why don't you?
All right, go ahead, Stu.
I was actually just going to apologise for my voice quality tonight. There you go. That was
apologize.
I'm apologising because my voice sounded very weird. Sorry, people. Hopefully, I'll be fitter next week.
Hey, Stu.
Yeah.
What?
Do I sound really far away?
Yeah, brilliant.
Cool.
Dude.
Awesome. Dude.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, I didn't do anything today. I had a really lazy day because I put up a shelf yesterday and it exhausted me.
I bet it did.
Yeah, I
bet it did.
Took a
Right, I'm
lot
just gonna
out
get.
of me.
Are we doing this thing now, Chinny, to sort out all this shit?
Yeah.
Right. Well, just bear with me. I'm just gonna get another drink.
It's the end of the show though, so everybody go away.
Go away. I'm going.
Okay, I'm gonna go
back
away.
in.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Bye.
I'll be back in one moment.